Perhaps if we were to return to Alturia immediately, say tomorrow, I'm sure we might commit a short stay in Paris.
And why Paris, Carlo?
Surely you haven't forgotten Maxine, your favorite rendezvous.
Yes. Oh, Maxine. Colette, please stand carefully, my dear little Colette. Oh, yes, I think you're right, Carlo. When diplomatic missions board, a pleasant stage become a chore. When I am covered with ennui, I take a trip to Gay Paris, with one objective in my mind, for then only there I find the stimulation I desire, the kind that sets my brain on fire. A citadel ruled for song, where melody and mirth belong. A castle made of gilded dreams. There's only one ethics, Maxine. I love them, Maxine. They realize their dreams. They're always so entrancing, especially when dancing. There's something missing yet. Learn to speak Colette. Audacious and audacious, they're everyone a pet. The magic of this takes me wide. Your presence on repeated nights. Not only is the day forlorn, but girls are in the best of form. I stay there till the break of dawn, when every shining star has gone, except the star of my delight, who was my favorite of the night. When first as seen as I observed, my close attention never swerved. Indeed, a constant man was I, until another took my eye. No hearts are torn apart, whose girl is your sweetheart. The atmosphere disturbed, its eyes don't lost the turn. With tossing mist and air, flirtatious we call it. They are without exception the girls men don't forget. You are right, Carlo. You're absolutely right. Tomorrow we start homeward by way of Paris.
I'm certain you'll not regret the decision.
And I shall beg my father's forgiveness for taking you and stealing out of Alturia incognito. And in due course of time, I shall do everything according to royal decree. I shall marry Princess Stephanie of Sylvania, and our two united kingdoms shall have a festival of rejoicing. Celebrate my happiness. But the time has not yet come, so let us make the most of my remaining years. I see lovely girls, exquisite creatures that are palpitating for the encirclement of my arms in the dance. So come, let us dance, Carlo. Let us dance and be gay while we may. my thanks to you. I am enchanted, I'm born alone, when I am walking with you. I am you. most entertaining and appreciated by all of us. I am deeply indebted to you, Mrs. Lightning, for your efforts to provide amusement.
I just cover the performer. Who is just cover the performer? I am told that the lead speaker of the Revue Parisienne is the famous Can-Can girl from Maxine.
Oh, Fleurette, Colette, Miss Guest, and my dear Cornette, and all of the other lovely lovers. What faces, what figures, what nice girls, all of them.
You couldn't chosen better entertainment for His Highness. For Cafe Maxine is his favorite rendezvous.
How fortunate. I must prepare all the details for their appearance. Ladies, Your Highness.
Have you seen Adele? Should I say Mrs. Talbot?
Oh, why no, I haven't.
When last seen, Mrs. Talbot was dining on the terrace with Mr. Nelson.
You seem to know everything, Miss Kilgarden.
That's my line.
What a famous Christian Lovejoy.
That's my pseudonym for my two kids, Zach and Ruby. In my stories about punching, punching personalities, I'm known as Beatrice Kilgarden, frequently shortened to B. And never was sober came or asked.
Oh, honey.
Thanks. I'm like a daily journal. I tell you the things that I heard. My silence speaks of a journal. There's joy in my common sense. I tell all the facts as I
be somebody.
I am Montgomery Nelson.
Ah, how do you do? And I suppose it is needless to tell you who I am?
Everybody seems to know that.
Ah, such is the price of fame, or should I say notoriety.
Where is Adele?
She's knocked down my throat. Wasn't she dining with you on the terrace? Or was that a mirage Miss Kilgarden saw?
Oh, damn that woman.
Which woman?
That scandal monger. She should be shot.
I fancy that quite an army could be recruited to perform that task.
Pulled it off directly after dinner.
Miss Kilgarden.
No, Mrs. Allen.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Nelson, but you keep alternating the two ladies in your conversation, and it's very confusing.
So, you are my nemesis.
I beg your pardon.
You are the stumbling block which prevents me from attaining my highest ambition.
And what is your highest ambition?
To marry Adele Talbot.
I say, you do aim high, don't you? Well, I congratulate you on your impeccable taste and lofty aims.
That isn't necessary.
But let me hasten to assure you, my dear Mr. Nelson, that I have nothing to do with your inability thus far with the hand of the lovely widow. That rests with the lady herself.
She's in love with you.
Really? How do you know?
I've watched her as you dance together. And something happens. Doesn't happen when she dances with me.
Oh, perhaps you need some dancing lessons. When I have some free moments, I should be most happy to give you instructions without any fee.
You are determined to be pleasant.
My dear fellow, you can't expect me to be grief-stricken over the romantic problems of a man I do not know. I have a dilemma of my own. Believe me, I have.
See here, Mr. Poppenstein, or Prince Jackass, or whoever you are.
I'm not jackass, my ears are too short.
You should be deported.
I must say, I am shocked by such a drastic attitude as well as your unfriendly statement. So if you'll be good enough to clarify.
I have discovered something horrible. Horrible! My wife is in love with you.
Well, I see nothing horrible in that. It sounds like a charming idea.
How dare you? How dare you?
She's another.
And how dare you? She is not another.
Or is she? I meant she's another who's been hoodwinked by this menace.
Seeing as there are so many lovely ladies here, I inquire just which lady is your wife.
You know perfectly well which one.
I have seen you on such intimate terms with so many ladies that it is very confusing. But no doubt you believe the greatest good for the greatest number. I, too, have frequently followed that rule. But then again, I am unmarried. You are not.
More's the pity.
Why do you say more pity?
Because Clarissa does not love me.
Clarissa? She is your wife.
She is.
A very lovely woman, most charming lady.
Yes, she is. And how dare you say so?
My dear Mr. Preston, would you want a wife whom nobody admires but yourself? Wouldn't you want your excellent judgment and good taste corroborated by competent authorities?
And no doubt you are a competent authority.
That is a distinction which no one can rob me of. But rest easy, Mr. Preston, your delectable wife, Clarissa, is not in love with me. She was, shall we say, momentarily infatuated.
It's the same thing.
Oh, no, no. The difference is vast. You see, love is the aristocrat of the emotions. Infatuation is the democrat. And since you have been rude enough to point an accusing finger in my direction, let me offer you a
Sir Poppenstein. He's Prince Nicholas of
That's
Algeria.
also, there's no doubt this country is annexed to American dollars. Well, leave our ladies alone. There seems to be a misunderstanding somewhere. It is not I who desire your lady. This is the other way around. Don't blame me. Blame Dame Nature. When she creates masculine perfection, she expects it to be admired. Oh, my gentlemen, please. Where's your sense of humor? After all, there is something in what you say. I know from personal experience what it is to be admired by the fair sex.
Then too admire the tail of the fish.
What's that?
You can never tell about the whims and fancies of a lady.
She's the eternal paradox. And the one thing today that cannot be duplicated in plastic. Lovely ladies, and the enigma proof and true. They contrive to put a stigma on the course we should pursue. How to please them, how please them, is the question on and on. For the man to make them happy is the man who's never alone. If you are generous with your money, you're a spendthrift so and so. Try to save up all your money, you're a silly so and so. If you are gay and always laughing, you're a silly so and so. If frivolity you're casting, you're unhappy so and so. If you try to carry away off the ether, it must go. The program is her decision. She can bet on so and so. But it took you a pretty young brain like this to go slow. So if you like to take things easy, you're a pretty so and so. So you think to your poor and his car, and you sing in the mud to your mom.
That's the wrong if they keep you in doubt.
And they do.
You can't get out.
Yes, that's true. You will swerve like a bird as you may.
And you do it.
They are firm in their hands, you are clay.
And you ruin.
They can hold you at will and give them a thrill. They won't stop till they have their will.
Ladies, oh such delightful ladies, ladies, such delightful ladies,
Though they keep every man in the world,
what would man be on earth without girls? For it's true that a womanless fair is a ship without a sail. Describe them as weak was a rule, for they have and they will always rule. You complain, you're a pain, you may roar like it's so. What the hell you complain for? Complain, you're a pain, you may roar and get sore. What the hell you complain
I simply can't get over it. Too thrilling for words. Imagine, Mr. Poppenstein, I mean Prince Nicholas, is the man you spoke of when you admonished me to be a constant wife. He's the man. And to think I practically become yours. Practically? Come counselors that don't keep those conservatives. Of course I have no idea. No way of knowing that he belongs to you. No more than I have his value. But he's yours, isn't he? If any woman ever should have anything.
Adele,
Nicky, not here.
why not here?
Because we're not alone.
But we are soon going to be alone. Mrs. Preston is leaving immediately.
Oh, yes. I suppose I am, if you'll excuse me. Nicky, that was rude.
Not at all. If I had wanted her to remain, I should have invited her to stay. Well, I wanted to leave, so I invited her to go.
You're a bad boy.
I've been trying to find you alone, but you're so popular.
I find the same situation with Mr. Sue.
Who is this Mr. Nelson?
An old and very good friend.
Was it necessary for you to dine with him this evening when I was free?
And Nicky, I can't monopolize these places. Think of the other poor women here. They would hate you.
Not interested in the other women. Interested in you. What is this man's business?
The same as my late husband.
More meat. Why don't you become a vegetarian? Are you in love with him?
I'm very fond of him, respect him greatly.
But he is in love with you.
If you don't mind, we'll change the subject.
Very well. As you wish.
He never told me with reference to America in Cartagena.
A little holiday. To have fun without pomp and circumstance. And then I was returning to Alturia to take up my duties. To attend to political necessities that would please the kingdom. But until that time, I wanted to be really free.
And I spoiled all your fun by disclosing your identity. I'm sorry.
No. Seeing you has realized my most fantastic dreams. Dreams I never dreamed would come true. Oh, Adele, since that first day in the White Hen, I have seen your face on every star, every cloud. I've heard your voice in the wind. And even though we were thousands of miles apart, we've always been together. Tell me, have you felt any of these things?
Yes, Nicky, I have.
And now you are free.
Yes, I am free, but it's been a lonely freedom.
We'll never be lonely again, either of us. I know now there has never been another one. But I look through the whole world, sings wonderful music. You are mine.
Yes, Nicky, I am yours. Can I be certain that you are mine?
How can you doubt it?
You have an international reputation for having a heart like a sponge, absorbing every attractive woman who crosses your line of vision.
Thanks to such as this Kilgard, but it's not true.
Come, surely not all the smoke without plenty of fire.
Well, perhaps you. That's all over now.
Can I be sure?
Why not?
Your exploits at Maxine's have been highly publicized.
Naturally, I am an important person.
I am told that Mr. Kenkenker from Maxine's will appear here tonight in an entertainment given in your honor.
That is correct.
I wonder how many of those girls will find sanctuary in your heart.
As I do not keep a written account of my amours, I regret I cannot give you the exact figures.
Nicky, there's no need to be nasty.
And there's no need for you to inquire about my past life. I don't ask you how many men there have been besides this Mr. Meek from Chicago.
Our meeting again seems to be most unfortunate. Maybe I should return to Chicago with you to Maxine.
I love them at Maxine's. They realize my dreams. They're always so attractive and lively, gay and active.
You should say,
Adele. Quarrel. We mustn't. Ever. If I may, I'd like to say that I love much I want to be sure of. Adele, if I've ever been in love before, and I'm sure I thought. I know now there has never been another one. You believe me, don't you?
How could you possibly doubt such sincerity?
Stephanie! You, here, and with Elsa?
Yes, which is rather surprised, isn't it?
So much so that I am at a loss for words.
Perhaps I can assist you by suggesting that you introduce me to your lady, and I'm sure she is a lady.
Most certainly. Mrs. Helen, may I present Her Highness, Princess Stephanie of Sylvania,
Your Highness,
and Fräulein Miller.
Fräulein, Mrs. Helen. You are perhaps a relative of Prince Nicholas. I am his affianced bride. His affianced bride? From the King of Sylvania. Could it be that Mrs. Helen knows nothing of my existence? Why, no, indeed, Helen. I hadn't expected he would. Why didn't you tell me?
I was going to tell you. Proper moment.
Seems to be the proper moment.
Please don't. Yeah. I can explain everything.
That isn't necessary. Princess Stephanie has already done so.
Del, I've been looking for you.
Monty, I'm glad you're here.
Really?
You found me at a more opportune time.
Really?
You have asked me repeatedly to become your wife.
Repeatedly, you've refused my offer.
Well, I no longer refuse your offer, provided the offer still stands.
It's a standing offer.
Well, I shall marry you as soon as proper arrangements can be made.
But Adele,
Nothing more to be said. Unless, of course, you wish to congratulate Monty.
I do congratulate him. He is most fortunate. And I hope that both of you will be very happy.
Are you sure of your decision, Adele?
I've never been more certain of anything. Come, Monty, let's dance. I feel gay, lighthearted, free.
I believe I'm the happiest man alive.
Carlo, we are leaving immediately, without delay.
But Your Highness, the entertainment tonight, in your honor.
Oh, yes, I had forgotten about that. Well, perhaps Fleurette, Colette, Miss Stengat, and Jeanette are traveling with this company in America. Oh, it will be so good to see them again. But as soon as the evening is finished, we shall leave.
Where are you going?
But I won't see her. But her. To my cafe Maxine's, where every girl seems to want us to enjoy and try not to destroy me. There's something missing yet, but can we call that? Give me the girl that Maxine's torment and all. Those French girls are probably very lonely
first announcement of my column.
We aren't ready to make any announcements.
You will be shortly, I'm sure. Your Highness, if I may have a word with you.
I beg your pardon, I do not know you.
I'm sorry, we never met formally. I am Beatrice Kilgarden, columnist. Surely you've heard of me.
I believe I've overheard my servants discussing your writing.
Well, perhaps you'd be interested to know that Her Highness, the Princess Stephanie Wilhelmina Solana Anastasio, Mauricio of Albania, has pursued Prince Nicholas of Algeria to America for the express purpose of trying to make a shattered romance.
How dare you? How dare you in Sylvania? You would be jailed for such a country.
I've been threatened with much worse in America, but we'll let that pass. When you've decided on the date for the royal nuptials, I trust I'll get the exclusive on the story.
There will be no royal nuptials. What, no wedding? I'm not going to marry Prince Nicholas ever. You think I want to live my life with a man who belongs to another? He's yours, all yours.
She's right, Adele. You and Prince Nicholas belong together. And although I want to marry you more than anything in this world, I'm going to be most ungallant and ask you to release me from our engagement.
All right, Monty, if you wish it. In kindness, I know all the heartbreak this has caused you without sorrow. I learned that hearts do not break. Otherwise, you will have gone completely mad long ago.
Oh, Nicky, look at W. The sweetest man in all of you, I will.
You never seem to see me tonight. What are you doing in this crazy coffee?
I came here especially to see you, girl.
Oh, Nicky, you're still the most glad. So you have to perform over you, and they'll take you seriously.
Yes, she would never know the truth from you.
If you'll excuse me.
Oh, really? Oh, I see. We get the big brush off with this woman.
I'm most sorry.
Come, girls, do not cramp the style. So when you want to be laughed, you make it lazy. Also, Florette, and basically that, also less. And what? This for you, and that for you, and this for your papa.
Papa always gets the best of everyone. I apologize to all the ladies present. I didn't realize there were others when we entered the room. I'm most sorry.
Your Highness, I've been looking everywhere for you. Well, surely you were the nurse in the first half of the
I've seen it many times before in Paris.
The second half will start almost immediately. Before you begin, I have an announcement to make. Kilgarden, I am going to give you that exclusive story if you want to.
Really? What is it? An announcement of your engagement to Prince Nicholas?
You guessed it.
But he, but Stephanie,
I believe you can manage further obligations, Prince Nicholas.
but your father, His Majesty.
Despite any objections from his father and His Majesty the King, I will never wed you. I'll not condemn myself to loveless marriage. Just you. With the music in his voice and for the devotion in his eyes and the torture of his love. She is right.
But you, and to meet in Chicago.
I abdicate in your favor, Prince Nicholas.
Oh, this story gets better and better.
Your Highness, the loins is packed and we're ready to depart as soon as you change. But I'm not going to change, and I'm not going to depart. Was Your Highness instructed? Well, that was hours ago. Things have changed greatly in the past few minutes. But what about you? I was going to Algeria. But what about remaining